deep in the anvils of evil, where one could say only evil thoughts rule and villains prosper, and where Skeletor is their lord. There is an evil that has become double the trouble and double the confusion. It's Tuvar and then Badra, who have come together because of a curse, and now is known as Too Bad. It's them that we will review today.
Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. Super Dave here today with another Masterverse review, and today we're looking at a villain, a very anticipated villain by me anyway, and it is a new Eternia. It is Too Bad. And here he is. Wow. And there's that bookend art on the side. And then there is a beautiful rendition and artwork on the back. If you want to pause and read that bio, you certainly can. Now that bio is definitely different from the classics incarnation of it. Matter of fact, if you're interested, here is the bio card. I printed it and it printed big, but there's the bio card for Too Bad of the classics version. But obviously, whether you go with the fact that a curse of Horde Prime joined Tuvar and Badra together, or whether you go with Skeletor put a one-time curse upon him that joined the two captains or pirates together, or whatever you want to call them. But they are both very powerful evil warriors, and as they have been joined together as one creature or monster, they have the potential of ruling Eternia and Despondos by themselves, with the great big flaw of ego, or the fact that the two heads, the two personalities, can't get along. They bicker and can't agree. So even when they get close to victory, they start arguing at just the wrong times. But anyway, enough talk. Let's go ahead and break this guy open and check him out.
It is now time for us to come inside of the boundaries of Snake Mountain. The frightening aspects of all the evil that dwells within. And take a look at Too Bad's accessories.
First, taking a look at Too Bad's hands. He comes, or they come, each with a spare hand, each a fisted, balled up fisted hand. So we have one for the right that's silver, and one for the left that is that purple color of that beast. Not sure which one is which, I forget. But then also Too Bad comes with this awesome shield he had on when we opened him up. You can see those two-headed little dragons in the center there of that shield, and you notice it's almost like you always have one that has like a single spike, a round spike, and one that has a square spike. And then that also coincides with their weapons. So you have a square spike here on the left and a round spiked weapon or mace on the right. And then he also comes with this axe, which also has the two-headed dragon on there. It's like a different style axe on the left and on the right. And he also comes with this blaster gun. And then the only other items he comes with is his harness his shoulder pad there on that side, and this new Eternia belt. Because underneath that belt, you can remove that belt and that holster, kind of like we could with Zodak, and he has kind of like your classic style belt. But I believe Tuvar is the one on the left, the blue one, and Badra is the purple one on the right. Now there's been discussion about how that in the past Tuvar was the taller one, but in Masterverse they did it different, which is not a big deal to me, but he is big. I mean, just check out his size. He definitely is an oversized figure, but that, you know, is reasonable, being that he is double-headed and very broad. But man, is he cool. We'll take a look at him with the classics one in comparisons in just a moment, but I am eager to look at him closer up. So let's go ahead now and check out Too Bad's Articulation. All right, bringing Too Bad in a little closer here. Let's just take a closer look at him, and he is just an impressive specimen. Very amazing. And first of all, just to take a look and see how tall he is, if we take the measuring tape here, Tuvar is right at 8 inches tall from the bottom of his heel to the top of his head, 8 inches, and then Badra is right at 8 1/4 inches, about 8 inches and 1/4, 8 1/4. So yes, he is big. He is bigger than your 7-inch scale that we are used to, and we'll look at him alongside some other figures here shortly. But now let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation of both heads first, and I'll go ahead and tell you that this one on this side is the most limited of all. He gets absolutely no pivot. He will look that way, so he can look at Badra, and he can look that way, and he can look up a good amount, so that's impressive, and he can look down a good amount. But it would have just been nice if he could have gotten, you know, pivoted over this way, over this direction, especially with them being so close like that. But still, overall, pretty good. I'm impressed with the up and down. Now, one of the things I think they really should have done is figured out a way to have articulated this neck. If they had put that neck on a little bit of a ball joint down in there, hidden it with the neck muscles, that would have been perfect. But of course, that would have made, you know, the manufacturing cost more. And I'll mention this while I'm thinking about it. Out of the package, his chest armor basically did not fit him. This was not even strapped together here, and you can see the tension there. I had to heat it up with a hair dryer and stretch that band to get it to stay in place there, and you can see it stressed there. It's bent a little bit because this is not long enough. He's too big for his own armor, and it may be because it's cold, and when I heated it up, I was able to get it limber enough to move in place fine, but I could not get it to buckle at all here out of the package. Moving on to Badra's head, he's going to be able to look up a good amount also. That's good. He's also going to be able to look down a very good amount. Check that out. He's able to look down very, very well. And then he doesn't get any head pivot at all either, but he's going to be able to look both ways. And so they're going to be able to stare at each other and argue. For sure. They're definitely going to be able to do that. And when you turn them that way, it kind of pivots their head automatically. But man, I wish that they had some head pivoting on these heads especially. Matter of fact, when you get them positioned a certain way, it almost makes it look like that they're the same height there, like that. You just needed to have been able to move the neck, in my opinion. If you could have moved the neck, it would have been perfect. It would have been fine. But anyway, moving on to the arms. He's going to be able to get 360. He has bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows, which gets pretty good range for a beast. He gets swivel and hinges at the wrist here. And the same on this side. He gets 360. Bicep swivel. This piece moves out of the way because it's just flapped onto that little belt there on his arm. And then he has also the double jointed elbows. And there's no swivel at these gauntlets there, but he does get hinge, of course, and swivel at his wrist also. Now this I am impressed with. Check this out. He's going to be able to crunch forward this much. He's going to be able to crunch back a pretty good amount. I like that. And then he's also able, check this out. Wow, he gets very good diaphragm movement. I mean, that is excellent. That's better than what we usually see. And he's able to also go side to side there, as well as at the waist. And as I was showing you or telling you earlier, and this belt is the same with the other. It doesn't stay connected, but underneath you have your regular classic style belt. But I really love this new Eternia belt. See, on that side you have the rectangle or square spikes, and on this side you have the round spikes, and then you have the double dragon there on the belt. I just really like that design. And then the holster. And let's go ahead and take a look at that while we've got it. So I'm going to strap this back around his waist here and see if I can't latch it. These real dry plastic, brittle, they're just not. Just about need to heat this one up, but I did get it in the belt. I did get it in the notch that time. Yep, it notched in, but it just comes loose very easily, especially when you try to pressure it back down to cover up that. But anyway, go ahead and look at this. You can put that gun right. Oops, see, it popped loose again. That's the one thing that I don't like. I wish these had been a little tighter, for sure, on his armor stuff. That's just one of those pesky things, because if you put it in a position where the buckle goes over the red, it pops that loose. It's like they're just not lined up right or something. But anyway, you get the idea. There he has his gun holstered. Get him a pose like he's getting ready to go after it here. Very cool, very neat. And that's not all. He does also have a swirly little face on the back of his his chest armor, his back armor here. Almost looks like eyes and a mouth. And you can use that to, you know, carry any of the weapons that you want. Only one more though, basically. So if you want to take the axe, you can strap that on him, but it's going to have to be to the side where this is facing flush with his back. In other words, you can't put it this way because the handle's too wide, but it will pop in there. Problem is it's heavy, and you're not going to be able to pop this section in there, not without heating that up or something. But it's then it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop, which I guess is fine. I mean, he can hold it like that. That's fine. Holds it with it kind of going down. All right. Or you can use one of their other mace weapons. Now this is where I get a little confused, because follow me here. Who is the square spikes and who's the round spikes? Well, going by the chest armor, you'd say, okay, Badra is the square spikes and Tuvar is the round spike. Same with his, you know, round spike up here on his shoulder. But then you look at his belt, and he has a green, this side square spike, and then silver round spikes over here coincide with his silver, and this guy's kind of bronzish red color, you know, blue, bronzish red color. And then you enter this guy. This is a square spike, so I guess he holds the square spike because of what the belt is showing there, I guess. This one, shouldn't that go on Badra's side, being it's that bronzish red color? I don't know, because that's the round spike. But what we're going to do is go ahead and show you that and see that's already come apart already. It's popped loose, and this keeps coming off constantly. I just paused it to put that back on. So I'm really disappointed that these armor pieces do not stay latched. May have to end up super gluing this one or something. I don't know, because I wouldn't necessarily see trying to take off his armor. But anyway, so hopefully not all of them are that way, but mine, they're just not staying together. All right, and then this one will pop in there just like that, and the same issue, it's gonna swing down. It's gonna swing down. Now this one's narrow enough. Let's see. Yeah, you can pop it in like that too on this one. It's a little different than the other one. So I don't know. You just have to decide which way you want to do it. You could even technically do it, especially that one, even sideways like that, or you can let them swing down. However you want to do it. I don't think you can put the shield on there or not. Let's see. Hey, it'll actually clip on there. So technically, let's see. Technically, you can pop one of those in and then pop on his shield. Cool. I like it. I like that. That's really neat. The reason for that is because this has a rigid plastic handle on the back that goes that direction, so you can slide it on his wrist like so. Do you see? But because of its shape and the shape of this, you can just clip it on there and it holds on to the side. So that holds on good, and then you can still have that coming down like that, or whichever weapon you've equipped down there. So I'm pleased with that. That's really neat. I'm just going to have to super glue this belt here. All right, so back to articulation. Going to his legs, he will do full splits. He does have thigh rotation on both sides, and they line up really good. He's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. I mean, look at that. Better than normal with Masterverse. Double jointed knees, which are also very good. He does have boot cut or shin rotation there. He's going to get full tiptoes, got those monster feet, kind of like Skeletor, and will go up all the way and gets generous rockers with the peg hole in the bottom. And you know, you're going to go ahead and know something that I'm going to say here probably if you date back to the classics. This is an upgrade already from the classics, because the classics one had horrible feet. He'll also kick up a good amount on this side. Double jointed. Oop. Double jointed. Wow, look how far back that'll go. Knees. Boot cut. This is a boot because he's got a shoe. And then he gets full tiptoes as well. Goes up all the way. Generous ankle rockers with the foot peg on the bottom of his also. So I am really pleased at the aesthetics of this guy. Articulation is decent, even though yet again I would have liked the heads to have been a little better, but this one's better than some. But for a guy this size, he's got great articulation. And he's a little on the light side. He's very hollow, but he still feels like he's going to hold up well. The only thing that I would have really changed more than anything, even better, more than the head articulation, was for these to have been just a little bit softer plastic, and that their buckles would have operated a little better. Especially the chest one, but even the belt one here. Because the armor looks fabulous, even though it would have been nice to have had a little bit more paint detail on this chest armor. But anyway, I think he's great. I really like him. He's awesome. I'm just being nitpicky. See the little crown above him? I don't know if that's a crown or like, looks like a metal jewelry type thing. I don't think that would be his eyebrows, but anyway, he's just really cool looking all the way around. And again, I'm going to say it again, I love the belt. Just love the detail. Staying true to the classics. I love the shield. The shield's got like dings and scratches. I mean, just excellent accessories with this guy. But now it is time. Let us do some comparisons. Coming on in here to look at both of these two bads, I'm just going to tell you, in this particular case, in my opinion, the Masterverse 2 bad knocks the classics one right on out of the water. I mean, number one, look how big he is. Number two, you have alternate hands. So you still have the fisted hand like Badra has there, and the weapon holding hand like Tuvar has, but on this one you only had that one option, and you got one weapon. That was that weapon there. Just look how small he is. His feet, both of their feet, especially Badra's feet, were bad to articulate. And just look, that like thing I was talking about was the eyebrows is like an orange there, and it's a gold here. They just have so much more detail to them. Love that belt and the, you know, holster and the accessories that he comes with and the articulation improvements. Man, yeah, this Too Bad is worth the $32.99. I mean, he is. In US dollars, I mean, he's just awesome. Let's see if I can turn him around without knocking him over. There's always a chance here with stuff like this. Will it go around without falling over? But yes, you can see the back. There was nowhere to hold the weapons, but there was some detailed paint apps on that chest armor and back armor on the Classics one. I like the Classics one, but I really, really like the Masterverse, the new Eternia one here. It's definitely some shine and some detail on the shield. But yeah, the fact that you can hold his weapons, just about all of them, except for the axe. And you could even do the axe if you put his weapon holding hand here and let him hold, you know, Badra could hold the axe there. But just check them out there. Wow, really cool. Just so nice. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. 8 inches to 8 1/4, 8 1/4. I mean, he towers over them. So let's take a look at him beside some other action figures in our Motu universe. And here he is next to Beastman. And look, I mean, even Beastman, of course, they're both hunched over just a little bit because I got him in like a getting ready to get you stance there. And Beastman's always a little bit hunched over, but I mean, he's right there with him. Matter of fact, I think Badra's head probably towers just a little bit over. Yeah, exceeds a little bit beyond Beastman. So yeah, these are the two oversized ones that we've gotten so far. And Too Bad is really knocking it out of the park. Really liking that. Just awesome, awesome, awesome. Check them out. Just really neat. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Loving it. And here is Too Bad next to the Revelation Evelyn there, as well as our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 2-pack Skeletor with articulated jaw and metal weapons, the Classics type garb and the bigger chest. Oh man, really like that Skeletor, and Tuvar is looking down on him as well. And they've got the same color of skin almost. But that is just so cool. Look at that. I like the way their necks will do there. And here is Too Bad next to Super 7's Classics Club Grayskull Shadow Weaver. Filmation style. Looking good there. And then there is Motu Classics Mattel's Anti-Eternia He-Man with a Hordak MX head sculpt on. And then my custom Anti-Eternia Battle Cat made out of a Classics repaint Battle Cat. But there they are together there. Looking awesome, intimidating, and amazing. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And here is Too Bad next to some more Masterverse figures. There's Spikor next to Too Bad, which I really like my Spikor. I never got a Classics one in Spikor. And then there is our Revelation style Trap Jaw in the Masterverse line, but I do have a Hordak MX head sculpt. I liked his head sculpts better than the one that came with him. But there you go. And man, they're just looking so good with all of these figures. And I'll do some more side-by-sides just in some of the photos in just a moment. But thank you so much for joining us with this special Masterverse oversized creature, Too Bad. Tuvar and Badra right next to each other, joined together to be one creature. and they don't get along good at all. And it has been fun to review them and interview them, even if they don't like to be interviewed together. All right, or reviewed together. All right, thank you for joining us. Please like if you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you've not done so. Man, my channel's growing. I'm excited about it and looking forward to some more reviews coming. And also comment if you have something to share. And we'll see you next time on another Super Dave review. Don't just watch a review, experience it. And we'll see you next time. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.